Hey, Action Figure Minute fans and fellow toy collecting hobbyists. It's me, Justin, the Action Figure Minute, and thanks for checking out my channel. What I'm going to do today, it's another haul video. It's been about 2-3 weeks since I've done a haul video, and I've acquired quite a bit of stuff, so it's time to go through it and check it out. For you new people that are just checking it out for the first time, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, do all those things. I greatly appreciate it as we're growing and building the channel. I primarily feature shorts, but today we're looking at a haul. And I got some pretty crazy stuff, a variety of stuff. I only got one thing from Entertainment Earth this week. And we'll go over here. You know what? You can't even see it. Let's just open it up real quick. This is a warehouse find for Jabba the Hutt's little hookah dais thing, and I've seen this pop in and out of stock a few times. It only costs like $2 or $3, but this is an original Jabba the Hutt, the vintage, the original Kenner vintage piece right here. So pretty neat. Just a couple extra dollars. Looks like it has the neck collar faula in this little round bowl thing, probably just to secure it. But yeah, it's complete, has the hookah pipe and everything in there. So very neat, very cool that something like that was found in a warehouse somewhere, and a couple extra dollars. I grabbed that. Now, again, I purchased it at Entertainment Earth, where you could use code AFM10 and get yourself 10% off all in-stock item. However, Entertainment Earth, they're flipping it up. They're changing the game. They're gonna kill my vanity code. I guess they're getting rid of those. There's a new code. I'll maybe do an overlay that you can use, but there's not going to be a specific one for your specific toy influencer anymore. There's just going to be one, and if you want to help support the channel of that influencer, you got to click their links that they post in their videos to those products. So those of you that have been clicking my affiliate code links, and it doesn't cost you anything, it helps out the channel, I greatly appreciate it. But that, I guess, is going to be the new way going forward for Entertainment Earth. Moving on, I grabbed something from AliExpress this week, and it's kind of rare that I do that, but I grabbed one of these knockoff Storm Collectibles Zangiefs, and I always absolutely loved. I thought Storm Collectibles killed this design of Zangief, but I wasn't gonna be collecting them in this scale. And plus they're like $100 or so a piece from Storm Collectibles. But this Zangief is like on Entertainment Earth. I'm sorry, not Entertainment Earth. On AliExpress right now for like $25 shipped from China, and it's solid. It's really good. The design. First of all, I mean, the Zangief character's design is just cool, and the way that this factory was able to accomplish this knockoff was pretty awesome. And it comes with a load of hands and a total of 4 heads, 3 here to swap. We've got his defeated bloody head, and I'm not going to hold him up because they're just going to fall out. Bunch of different hands, bunch of different accessories. I guess you can get glowy green Hulk-like hands and fire clap accessories, but if you're looking for a really cool action figure on the cheap, this is hard to beat. $25. Yeah, so we'll do a full review opening of him on the channel someday via my typical shorts that I do. Speaking of shorts, if you saw my juvenile TikTok back that ass up video I posted the other day, let me know what you think. It was a little TikTok viral thing I was seeing. I was like, you know what? That's going to be funny. I could do that. I could put my own little twist on it and work my collection into it in my collection room. And you'll get to see a glimpse of the collection room in that video that you maybe haven't seen before. I haven't done a full collection room tour video. I need to get to that someday, but I haven't got there just yet. I've kind of wanted to just keep building up the channel this way, and we'll get there. Next up, Walmart. I got one thing from Walmart this week. This Lex Luger Ultimates version. This is when he fought Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You can see he's got one belt with the NWO, and he's got the little rag to like try and wipe off NWO, I believe was the deal there. But it's a cool looking Lex. I really like the yelly screamy head. He's got swappable hair for the different heads. But Lex Luger's awesome. Glad to see him during his Hall of Fame induction ceremony too, just recently during the last Monday Night Raw. I'm not Monday Night Raw, WrestleMania, but speaking of WrestleMania, Io Sky, woo! I love Io. She's awesome. I love Rhea. But Io, she's just super fun to watch right now. Anyway. Meijer. Do you guys have a Meijer where you live? So Meijer, it's like a local, big grocery store where I'm at. They're kind of Midwest focused or centric or centralized. But it's like a Walmart, but it's a Meijer. Anyway, at Meijer, they had the Book of Boba Fett Starship, not to be considered with any sort of other name like a Slave One or anything like that. But Boba Fett Starship from the Book of Boba Fett for the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron toy line. Gotta have some Slave Ones. Yeah, I said it, in the collection. Moving on to Target, I was able to acquire certain things. I actually found Lenny today at Target. I saw Lenny before, and his eyes look like they kind of go like this on the first one I saw, and then I found this one, and I don't know, they're maybe a little better. But, with these Jakks toys, they're kind of hard to find sometimes. So I was like, all right, this one looks really good. I'm going to pick them up. So I have Lenny. I just need, from Series 3, I have Homer, Milhouse, and Lenny. I just need Marge and Maggie. And then already on to Series 4. Series 4 has Carl, the Bumblebee guy, and Barney. So I've seen the fourth figure in that wave is another Bart Simpson, and he's got the blue t-shirt and blue pants. I think that's supposed to be like his comic style look. But I don't need another Bart. I already have Bart and Bartman, so I don't need a third one. Then I got Tigra, the deluxe Tigra from Super 7, from Target, made by Super 7, and this Tigra looks really good. A couple things to note here. I mean, he doesn't have all the weird brown paint apps and shadowing that the first one had, so that was cool. You can kind of see in there, he's got his elbow pad, which was left off on the first release. However, if you look at this sleeve, they're supposed to be gold trim where the light blue meets the dark blue, and the gold trim was there on the other version. It's not on this one. Super 7 always going to be Super 7ing, I guess. All right, then during Haulathon I picked up, I already have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original release of this Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I wanted to display Bubba with this one comes with another apron, a blue apron, and then this like feminine style head. And we can look at it if we see on the back here, they've got them posed up in this look that I want to be going for with this one. So picking up another Leatherface always cool. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I tell you what, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that movie scares the bejesus out of me. All these movies like Freddy and Jason, those are supernatural, but some crazy, hillbilly from the woods want to skin you up and eat you. That's real. So, and then last but not least from Target, PandaCon during the Haulathon. And what was really cool about PandaCon, he's beefy. This is a big figure, and he cost the standard NECA figure price. They didn't mark him up, and he looks really great. So super cool to get PandaCon. Was not a struggle for me to find him in the store. So cross him off the list. Let's go to the next store. All right, and we're back, and the next stop is at GameStop. Now, this past week was Pro Week, and they had some deals. Now, one of them was pretty vague. It was buy one, get one action figure at 50% off. And it didn't really spell out which figures were included with that one and which one were not. Well, lucky for me, I went to a GameStop store where one store clerk worker was cool, and she's like, you know what, they all should be. I don't know what's wrong with the register. I'm just going to mark these up, buy one, get one, 50% off. So before that happened, though, about 2-3 weeks ago, I found the Mandalorian Judge, and I used my GameStop Pro $5 coupon off on this guy. So I've got the Mandalorian Judge, and really cool, hodgepodge of armor, different colors on this guy. He's seen some things. He collected his armor along the way. Let's see, on the back here it says, the judge presides over a Mandalorian training match between the foundling Grogu and Paz Vizsla's son, Ragnar. I wonder if we'll see Ragnar someday. Probably not, but who knows. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the buy one, get one. So I got some cool things out of this buy one, get one. One store I went to today, they shot me down, so I put the figures back on the shelf. I'm like, you know what, I'll still wait for the sale. I'll play the long game. I don't know how much I'm going to be playing the long game, though, in the coming weeks and months with the tariffs and that whole situation. Certain online e-tailers marking up prices. Who knows what production quantities are going to be like, if they're going to produce things in fewer quantities just because the manufacturers are scared people might not be buying. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. If put them down in the comments. Let me know if you ain't afraid of no tariffs, or if your buying habits are changing, or whatever it might be. But anyway, now I'm babbling. I found Sonic and Tails at GameStop, and these are really cool. I had no idea that Jakks was making these. And, they're in the, old school, they call them the classics, the classic video game look. And I saw these, I'm like, these are gonna go perfect with my World of Nintendo figures and Simpsons figures, on that same shelf. They're all kind of in the same scale. So I'm just noticing something on the back right now when I look at this. So on the back of Tails' card, we see Amy and Espio. I have no idea who they are. It doesn't look like it says what games they're from. I was a Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3 fan. That was back in my day, back in my wheelhouse. I loved those games. But those two, I don't believe they were in any of the games. But anyways, so that's who's on the back of Tails' card. Of course, there's also Sonic as well. And here's a good look at Tails for you. It's really cool. There's no reflection really hitting that, so that's good. And then on Sonic, here's a good look at Sonic's card while I look at the back of the box here. Now let me pull up Tails again here. Okay, so they're actually different Sonics as well on the back of this card. So let's flip over Tails' card and look at Sonic on the back of that card. So Sonic is a darker blue, has more of a scowl on his face, comes with a gem accessory. And then this Sonic comes with the computer screen. Actually, it's the same computer screen accessory that Tails comes with. I'm just going to put Tails right here. But on the back, it shows another wave of figures. So we have Fang and Mecha Sonic and Dr. Eggman. So let me pull that in for you so you can take a look at that. But pretty neat. Going to be interesting to see, which ones I find, and if I decide I want to pick them up. Again, I saw Amy at GameStop today, but I didn't grab her just because I don't know anything about her, and there wasn't anything else for me to grab with the buy one get one to take advantage of that. So I'm like, I'll play the long game. Anyway, now moving on, more of the buy one get ones here. Buy one get one. I purchased Banshee, and I got this Clone Trooper Lieutenant half off. So of course they do the lower priced figure half off, which I understand. again, I was just grateful that the cashier was just keying them up half off. So this Banshee is going to fill a really, big hole in my Marvel Legends collection. I don't have a Banshee yet, so that's super cool. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Banshee was like done all the way back at the original Toy Biz run, and that's it. And I think they did that Teams pack just recently too. But for people that wanted this classic Banshee look, it's been a long time coming. And then the clone Lieutenant Teth. He's got little dirt apps on his bottoms of his boots. But cool looking clone. Another one. Got a bajillion clones. And then we moved on to the Marvel Legends Nemesis wave. So today I picked up Morrow and Cyclops. So we'll go Morrow and Cyclops. So Morrow comes with his left arm, Cyclops comes with Nemesis's right arm. So hey, 2 arms right here. I got 2 arms. And then keep on cruising. Before that, I got Gambit, which comes with his right leg, Nemesis' right leg, and Nightcrawler, which comes with Nemesis's head. So I still need Husk, which comes with the torso, and Fabian Cortez, which comes with the left leg. So 2 more down to go. I don't think I'm going to get the Wolverine from this wave. Not something I see as necessary for my collection. So, all right, moving on. Next up, Amazon. And if you've been watching my channel in the past videos I've done, past haul videos, I've said I haven't been buying a lot from Amazon lately. It seems like because they've really just been price matching other people's deals, so there hasn't really been the need for me to pick up things from Amazon. I've been able to get it elsewhere and been able to get it elsewhere for less, or sometimes coupons or whatever it might be. But Amazon's been swinging strong the past couple weeks for me, and I've been able to pick up a variety of different things. Quite a bit of Star Wars we'll look at here. The first thing that I grabbed we'll go over is some Star Wars droids. Now, these are from the Galaxy Z's trading post. They had these up online on Amazon, so these are exclusive to Disney World, and they must have been, probably, the previous year's run and stuff that didn't sell. But they were exclusive to Disney parks, and I didn't have them, and they were half off at least. I'll see if I can put the links in the description for you. But here's a purple Astromech R2 unit. And then I've got several different BB units. So this next one is a purple and white and black and white 2 BB units. And then we got blue and white and red, black and white BB units. And again, these were, I didn't have to go all the way to Disney World or Disneyland to get them, and they were half off, so that was cool. And it looks like a primary black and silver and primary red and a white head on that one. So 4 different Disney Parks exclusive droid packs that I got for less than half off. That was pretty cool. And I like to just pepper in the droids on my shelf, especially since these ones, they're not specific to any movie necessarily. So I just kind of toss them in on the shelf wherever I've got room to fit in a random droid, if you will. So that's what they're good for me, a little filler. Then we'll keep going with the Star Wars and Micro Galaxy Squadron, back at it again. He didn't get 1, but he got 2 of these Micro Galaxy Squadron Y-Wings. Now, they do have the same character and same droid, John Vander and R2BHD, but I got 2 because you can hook these to the Ghost, the big Ghost ship on the sides of the Ghost ship. So I'm going to give that a whirl. I'm pretty sure that you can with these. I don't think there's anything different or any reason why these can't hook on the sides. But yeah, I got 2 of those. So that's cool. And then this one, still in the little plastic wrap it came in. Let me bust that out real quick. You whip that out. We got, this is from all the way from Series 3. We got Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Interceptor. So Anakin and R2, and it was a package deal. It came with a blind box, a Series 3 blind box. So I have at least 3 or 4 of these blind boxes now. I haven't opened a single one yet. I should probably do a opening video, opening up all 4 of them at once and see what we get. That'd be kind of fun. All right, then I was super stoked to get this B-Wing here. The B-Wing Starfighter, and it comes with just B-Wing pilot, it says on here. The B-Wing, it's been quite expensive. You know, I'd say at least double the cost of what it should have been. And then I saw it randomly pop up on Amazon for the standard retail price. So very happy I was able to nab that out of nowhere. And then I got a TIE bomber, and man, people have been just eating this thing up. If you follow any of the Facebook groups, as soon as someone posts these are up, oh my gosh, they're up, they're in stock, it's gone. I don't know why people want so many TIE bombers. I mean, it's a cool variation of a TIE fighter, but it seems like people are buying them, you know, multiples and multiples and multiples, and I got one. I did pre-order the Armada edition as well, which looks like it's a slightly different colored version, so I will have 2. But happy to have the one for now. Who knows if I keep that pre-order going or not. Then I paid a little over retail for these, but I got 2 Terry Gordy figures. So I can have him in each of the looks. His executioner outfit, kind of see it peeking back here, and then just standard Terry Gordy. So I ended up getting 2, paid a little bit more than what I would have liked, but sometimes that happens. It's pretty rare for me that I have to pay over retail, but this was one of those times that I did. And then finally from Amazon, I got some action figure stands. Ooh, exciting, brown box. I'll put a little overlay to show which ones they are. And I think these are going to work well for flight dynamic displays with my Star Wars Micro Galaxy figures. So that was the point of grabbing those. Okay, one last store and then some randomness. All right, last store is Ross, and then we'll get to that randomness. Ross shocked me with this very first one, and I actually just found it today. Mego Pennywise. $5. Now, you know, the Migos, they have their styling, they have their look, and to me, this is the creepiest looking Pennywise that there is. It just looks wild, and that face sculpt and the Mego paint apps. But for $5, yeah, I'm all about that. That's fun. So that was a big surprise. That was a big shocker. And then they had one of the newer Mario figures, kind of a newer face sculpt. He's got a little, yeah, as he's throwing his fireball here. So I got Mario. And I also, I'll do an overlay. I saw the Simpsons figures, the Jack Simpsons figures, Wave 2 at Ross. So that was a little disheartening because I really want the Simpsons Jakks line to do very well. And that doesn't mean it's not doing well because it's at Ross. You know, all the World of Mario figures are at Ross, and they're at all the big box stores as well. But a little early, I feel like, in the Simpsons line for it to be showing up at Ross. Moving on. He didn't get 1. But he got 2! He got 2! He got standard TIE fighters at Ross. You know, these are good for army building. These aren't like the TIE bomber, so these were only $5 each. So these are a bit more for army building. You know, can have a couple more. I don't know if I'll ever need to pick up. I got the Vault set from Jazz Wars Vault, so that has like 4 or 5 TIE fighters in it, and then here's 2 more, and then I'm sure that more will pop up somewhere in some multi-pack I pick up later on down the line. But yeah, 2 more TIE fighters. Now, on to some randomness. we have a discount store local to me. This one's called Buyer's Depot, and I rarely go in there. The place is it's a mess. It's a cluster. They have everything marked at like, full retail plus pricing, and everything's marked down a percentage off based off the price rather than just putting the price tag on it. I don't necessarily know why they do things that way, but they had like a giant book bin in there, and all the books were $4 each. So I grabbed this G.I. Joe trade paperback, Snake Eyes Dead Game, so $4. And then I grabbed this Walking Dead. I think it's just like a separate story for the Walking Dead universe. The Road of the Dead, Highway to Hell, paperback. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it's not part of the Walking Dead. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you can see clearly this came from Target, but I bought it at Buyer's Market. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Armageddon game. And again, all three of these were $4 each. And then I found the movie It book, trade paperback, or the paperback book. It was like this thick. And I grabbed it and I told my wife, hey, I'm going to get this. And she looked at me and she said out loud, you don't read. And this lady like right next to her just started busting up laughing. So I'm going to show her. I read good. I'm going to read these. And then I went to Half Price Books today. Yeah, I'm going to show her. I'm going to be reading this summer. And I got these Drizzt books, Drizzt R.A. Salvatore books. So I got this trilogy, and they were all half-price books. So this one it's the Hunter's Blade trilogy, and this is the Two Swords. So I got that. I got book 2, The Lone Drow. And I got book 3, The Thousand Orcs. So I got the whole trilogy of this book, and I really loved, when I was young, I read the Icewind Dale trilogy. I'd love to pick up hardcover of those as well when and if I ever see them and read them again someday. But I haven't read those, so we'll do that. And then finally, one last piece of randomness. Kids, if you work hard and you spend the night, for your job at Marriott properties, 1,000 nights over the course of 10 years, they will send you this elusive gift. And it has a really nice snap magnet to it right here. Again, 1,000 nights, 10 years of my life, and you get this little book. And inside this book, we're going to open it, and it's another flap. And inside, it's congratulations on your lifetime achievement. Lifetime Platinum Elite. I'm lifetime, read it right there. I'm lifetime Platinum Elite right now. Forever. We're grateful for your many years of loyalty. Thanks, Marriott. So there's something in here. Let's see what it is. Again, I want to hit this home. 1,000 nights, 10 years. This is what Marriott sends to you. Get a good look. Soak it up. Yeah. Those are luggage tags. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Greatly appreciated as always. Please, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, ring the bell. And this has been your Action Figure Minute. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.